Hello everyone, and welcome to Season Watch, where we're watching Orient, Episode 8. Last time, what did we have? We had our little Bushi band group, reaching I don't know, like the camp? Not really sure what you call that place, where a bunch of Bushi gathered around, and they learned about how Kitetsu is used as a currency here. So they defeat Onis and Kishin, and what they gain there can be power, and it also can be their currency to buy stuff, such as their meal. I'm gonna stop right there because when I mentioned meal, I remembered that when they were having their meal, they also thought about the name of the Bushi band since it was without a name until then. And surprisingly, even though Musashi is very competitive, it was all about Kojiro being the leader. I was thinking more on the lines because Kojiro is smart and strategic one, but Musashi went just the simple route of the Bushi bands are normally the leader's family name. I don't have a family name. You do. Hey, all up for you. I'm all good. As long as we can realize our dreams, I'm good. And that's where the problem lies. Because they also went to learn about how they were gonna get their Tetsu blades, which they called it an auction, but it was more like a trial. Who can succeed on it can acquire it. So there were a bunch of Bushi blades. They waited, and then each person went to the Bushi blade, Kitetsu blade, that enters them. And I guess according to how they got there, it would be a line, and they would try out to acquire the Kitetsu blade, since the Kitetsu blade has to choose them. So they would experience a near-death experience, and depending how things came out of that, they would succeed, and it will show the color of their soul. Kojiro did it, and he acquired a Kitetsu blade, and we saw that his soul was blue. Quite common, as the blacksmith woman said, but she's also blue, so doesn't mean it's not bad or can't be a leader's color. But yeah, now Kojiro can actually defeat Kishin's, and maybe he'll actually acquire a special technique like the others. Speaking of the others, Musashi had quite a different experience when trying out for the Kitetsu blade. Like, he would experience the death of his sensei, which is Kojiro's dad, but some reason Kojiro did not go through that. And then there was a whole other blackened state, and a spiritual woman showed up. I still believe that's like Musashi's mom or something. Who knows? But things got very weird there when she got all muscly and saying that doesn't need him. And a black soul collar came out from Musashi. She kept trying different blades, nothing worked until the blacksmith woman went and explained that the black soul doesn't work. It's not compatible with the Kitetsu blades, let's put it like that. So he would never be able to wield the Kitetsu blade. He would never be able to become Bushi. That hurt so much because he was fully focused on that. Even Kojiro was going down the dream, and then Musashi brought him back up like, come on, that's our dream. Don't you remember? And everything. But now, how is he gonna get out of this predicament? Like, Oni's attacked. Kojiro went to help and everything. Him and Tsugumi went to help. And when they came back, Musashi was all like, okay, it's fine. You guys can go defeat the big bad Kishin. Was it a Kishin or just an Oni? Oh, the big bad guy on top of the mountain with the others. I'll be fine here. But that was still struggling because he was all in for the dream and he can't go on about it. I don't know how gonna happen because he did try out the blade that we see in the opening. So somehow he's gonna acquire that. Not sure how. But maybe there is something there, because right at the end, that mercenary guy with a bunch of Kitetsu blades showed up and got interest in Musashi because he also seems to have a black soul, even though he has like dozens and dozens of Kitetsu blade. So maybe we'll learn more about the black soul there. And that's where we stop. So I'm very curious on what direction we're going with Musashi here. And to that, we'll maybe find out this episode. As a reminder, this is a timer reaction. So you sync your own version of mine and we'll watch it together. I'll try to add some scenes here and there, but don't expect too much. That being said, let's get started. In 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, and that's exactly where I was talking about. They have the black rocks, black Kitetsu. Is he crying? Oh, he is. He was just straight out crying. What? What was he talking about? The one is side. Oh, don't put it like that. What are you suggesting? Yeah, I imagine there is, but I'm curious to know what that is. It's not gonna be like a dark route or anything, right? Right? And still curious how he has the scythe in the opening, but he only had the scythe for like 2 episodes. And then it broke. Yeah, see the scythe there. Then there's Kojiro, now having 2 blades, one being a Kitetsu blade, and Tsugumi. And there's the blade and the black aura thing, I'm guessing. This part's kind of nice of the song. And there's Zishu, which we're gonna learn a bit more about that guy. That's the blade I'm talking about. And there's Kojiro with the 2 blades. The Obsidian Goddess. Yeah. Except the black stone. That doesn't sound good. Okay. What's he gonna do? A square? Big square, and I don't know how to think. That just made me more confused. I was about to ask how's the thing going down, but it went down and then up. And splattered all that. praising multiple senses. You can become a Kitetsu blade.
どういう意味だ? 俺も気鉄刀を使えるようになるんじゃねえのかよ。違う違う。君は気鉄刀になるんだ。言ったろ。こんな風に強くなれるって。
You're gonna become? Yeah, okay, so we're on the same spot. Like he was gonna turn to a sword? But what about you, sir?
小次郎たちと一緒に戦えなくなるじゃねえか。そっか。じゃあどうすれば。その君の仲間も俺の刀の素材にすればいいんだ。それなら寂しくないはずだ。
Okay, now you're just being creepy. Nope, nope. He's gonna drop. Yeah. He's dropping him in the pit. Into the forge go the raw material. Wow. What a line. Yeah, I'm curious to hear his thoughts on that, because he did decide that that was the best. But I want to know his reason why.
俺は気鉄刀を使えるけどお前もいつか使えるさ。とでも励ますつもりか。そんなの余計に苦しめるだけじゃねえか。
Uh-huh. Yeah.
ならば俺は武蔵のために先に行き、鬼神の弱点を探りながら、武蔵が立ち直って戻ってくるのを待つ。
Look at that. Person his buddy. Like, I'm gonna go ahead and prepare. And you're gonna catch up. Mm-hmm. Who knows? Kojiro doesn't know. Musashi doesn't know. Uh-huh. Interesting. Oh, that's a thing. He doesn't know either. Right? Or you do know something about him. When it comes to his family? So he does know some story about it. Like the tension building up, I feel like Gus gonna drop. Yep. Like I said, the tension just gonna drop the way they were building it. But why does he not have a family name then? Nice job, kid. And then Coach Musashi showed up. Yeah, he's used to that, but Musashi's dead. I see. Like, wasn't just this, it was like, of course. Aw. And that's how the friendship starts to blossom. Yeah, exactly. I was about to say that.
当たり前に仲良くしてくれる存在がいることがたまらなく嬉しかった。俺はこの変な友人のおかげで真っ暗な毎日を過ごさずに済んだんだ。よかったわね。ああ。
Yeah. Musashi wasn't really familiar. His parents. So those. So you even met his parents. Were there really Musashi's parents? Yeah, like, are you sure he wasn't adopted into that family? And why doesn't he have the family name? That keeps bugging me. She cares. What about Musashi's current situation? Nanao. Inukai. Shiro the Inukai Nanao. Shiro and Nanao. Yeah. He was the one true. Yeah. So is that okay? So that's not the case. A sophist devil. Oh, so that's the Obsidian Goddess. So that's what we saw last episode. Yeah, it's some black still. Yeah, he's going up the mountain, isn't he? Yeah. Yeah, like, how big is this hole? Ow, that gotta hurt. The blade that the guy threw in there. And where's the trial coming in? And there it is. Wait, what? Where's the fire coming from the bottom? Was that deep of a hole? And when he's done with the trial, he will usually like fall to the ground. But he can't do that here, because otherwise he's gonna fall into that fire. Stabbing the crystal in his hand. Must hide for now. That's what you call hiding? I guess his body is fully covered by the crystals, so they're protecting him. And I guess the Obsidian Goddess is the one that's talking to him. In this black sphere that he had before. And you should stay here with me forever. Weren't you saying the one that don't need him? Yeah, don't need to play like that. And there's... She tried to give him the carrot. That didn't work, so she's going with the stick. What is... Yeah, that's his mom. And okay, so it was an epidemic. Nobody's gonna care. Yeah. Did they let him stay? And what is that condition? And pops. Yeah, the fact that he's saying that, what's so bad about it? There. Alemaki.
いいか、許可なく家から出るな。街中では私たちに話しかけるな。はい。喋るな。返事もしなくていいから。ね。
It's getting darker. You were supposed to be quiet, right? And now they're gonna look down the family. I'm trying to understand what's going on in this sphere. What did you figure out? Wow. And there's a black starting to form in him. Mm-hmm. Kojiro. Yeah. Who's this suspicious woman? The rocks at Kojiro? The pops. Wow. Is he? Is he gonna do it? Because people don't really look down on him later on. Yeah. Oh, look at the face. Yeah? No, that's not who he is. That's who he was. People change. Yeah, like, that moment. But, no, that's normal to feel with a friend. Like, that is such a weird way. And it's not that he doesn't have value. Breaking his will to fight. They could capture me. But he's gonna fight back? No? What? What is that? I did not expect that to be a Kishin. It's like a bottle, and it's dripping the purple liquid. Like, Kishins are so weird looking. First there was chicken, which became that Azura thing. There's a Kodama group, which is not really Kishins only. And I guess this is the second Kishin they see. But I can understand what the Obsidian Goddess is talking about, but I feel like that's not entirely correct. It's just assuming that and breaking Musashi's will to like argue back, showing him such a traumatic pacifist. Okay, we're gonna have that little petite thing at the end, right? And Nano and Shiro. Okay. So that whole thing about Musashi and Shiro being two birds of a feather was a lie. Not really sure what's the black crystals on his chest then. But that means he was just telling Musashi some sweet stories to convince him. But he realized that he was talking about turning him into a Tetsu blade. That's how he would be able to fight. But so he disagreed with that, and then Shiro took a more direct approach, throwing him down the hole, throwing a Kitetsu blade with him, and then going after the others. So Shiro is stupidly strong, has weird powers because he did all that and didn't seem like he used Kitetsu energy. Like maybe he does have the black stuff or something related to that, I don't know. And he's sort of a mercenary, so it's not really aligned with a group. Though he showed like part of the question mark band, Inukai Shiro and Inukai Nano. So maybe it's the Inukai band, I don't know. And that makes you wonder, is there other members to that band? Or is it just those two? Either way, he's stupidly strong. Made a giant hole, which, you question how that worked. He made a square, it went down, and then came up. Like, what? But I guess that it went so deep that it went to the fire, the lava, magma. I don't know which is it. Is it lava or magma? Forgot. But all the way at the bottom. And like Nano was saying, either Musashi let go of the blade and falls into the fire pit, or he takes in the Kitetsu trial and becomes a Kitetsu blade. Like there was no, it's a lose-lose situation for him. That's what Shiro was trying to do. But there's this whole situation with the Obsidian Goddess, because she wanted to she enclosed him in that black crystal, so he's now in the fire pit. But he's safe for now, and she's talking about like if he gets involved, they're gonna go after him, which means they're gonna go after her, and so she wants them to just hide in there forever, so that she'll be safe. That whole thing about her being in him and everything kind of reminds me of other tradition ones. Like there is Naruto with the Kyuubi. There, in a way, there's Deku with One for All, but not quite the same. There is Itadori with Sukuna. Like, so I guess that's his inner power. Another being inside of him. And Shiro's very interested in her. What else? We had them talking about Kojiro and Tsugumi talking about Musashi's family, which apparently were just normal farmers and died from an epidemic. But I'm curious, like, was it because they died that Musashi doesn't have a family name and like none of his relatives wanted to take him in, so he lost his family name, which is kind of weird. Like, I feel like he should still keep the family name he had before. So maybe that those are his blood relatives. And but there's still something special about Musashi, so that he has an Obsidian Goddess in him. I like to see like Kojiro was just trusting in Musashi, and like, we're gonna go ahead and learn about the Kishin, and then we'll be ready for when Musashi comes along. Like, whenever that is, we'll be ready for him. Everything already set up. Ooh. But she helped him. What does he help? She made him realize that it was an if scenario, not when scenario. So the two of them got worried about Musashi, but there was really nothing they could do by staying down there with him. That's also a point that Kojiro brought up. But yeah, we need to learn more about this Obsidian Goddess and what she was doing and what can Musashi do to counter it. Because, like I said during the reaction, like, what she said is kind of true in the past. Comparing it to the present's not quite the same thing. Like, he changed. And so, he's trying to correlate the two situations, but they're actually different. But because his will is broken with that, like, re-experience that traumatic experience, he's not really trying to argue back. And maybe at some point he'll remember something, maybe he'll remember Kojiro, and then he'll snap back and actually have this will to fight back. And somehow is gonna get out of the situation. I don't know. But yeah, that's about it. I don't know what else to say. Like, I'm curious to see what's gonna happen. But with that being said, see you next time. Bye bye.